Hello, I'm Kurt Liedtke with the Herald News. It's Friday, March 29th, 2019. Here's a rundown of some of the top stories affecting the Klamath Basin. It's the Klamath Countdown. A rally protest was held Thursday at noon outside of the Oregon Bank building in downtown Klamath Falls, site of the Pembina offices, the company behind the effort to build the LNG pipelines. A natural gas pipeline through southern Oregon in the works for several years now, the proposed pipeline would connect a hub near Malin to Coos Bay, where natural gas would then be liquefied and transported to international markets. The protest was coordinated by a group called Klamath Indivisible, which cited environmental concerns ranging from river crossings and clear cutting to land seizure of privately owned lands through eminent domain, transfer of fracked natural gas, potential damage to cultural resources, and the impact of natural gas on climate change. An effort that began 8 years ago with a documentary by OPB has now reached the Oregon legislature with Senate Concurrent Resolution 12 aimed at commemorating the Modoc War and apologizing for the execution of Native Americans and expulsion of the Modoc tribe from ancestral lands. The Modoc War of 1872 and 1873, fought between American soldiers based at Fort Klamath and Modoc tribesmen, resulted in the 1873 execution of Modoc fighters at Fort Klamath and forced relocation of Modoc members to Indian Territory, now known as Oklahoma. Congress terminated federal recognition in 1954, but in 1978, the federal government recognized the Modoc Indians as a separate tribe from the Klamath tribes. In 1986, federal recognition was regained, but tribal lands were not restored. Klamath County ranked last in Oregon in an annual National Health Rankings report, but individual data points reveal interesting insight in overall community health. Released by the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, the report shows how counties rate on a standard set of measures including mental, physical, and sexual health across the nation. Klamath ranked 33 out of 35 Oregon counties for length of life and 33rd as well for quality of life. The report draws from data between 2011 and 2017, so recent health trends and initiatives such as recent efforts by Blue Zones Project may not be represented by the numbers. It has been a whirlwind week, a compressed crash course in major aspects of stage production, and soon the kids who have been immersed in the Ross Raglan Theater's annual Spring Break Youth Theater Day Camp will share the fruits of their labor. Since Monday morning, students ranging from kindergarten to 8th grade have spent their spring break studying, engaging, moving, building, and rehearsing the basics behind how a play comes to life. Come Saturday, their efforts will culminate with 2 performances of A Nightmare in Dreamland at 2 o'clock and 5:30 p.m. It's not all work though. The camp has included plenty of games and activities and screenings of popular kids' films every afternoon. We're starting to finally get some spring weather. Now's a great time to get out and do something, so here are a few options. As mentioned before, the Spring Break Youth Theater Day Camp culminates on Saturday with 2 performances of A Nightmare in Dreamland at the Ross Raglan Theater on Saturday at 2 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. Tickets are $5. Friday and Saturday mark the final performances of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels at the Linkville Playhouse at 7:30 each night. Tickets range from $11 to $14. It's a comedy musical based on the 1980s film of the same name. Don't miss it. It's a very funny show. Friday evening, there's a great way for teens to have some fun during spring break with an after-hours Nerf war at the downtown Klamath Library starting at 6 p.m. for kids ages 12 to 18. Advanced registration is required. Contact the Youth Services Desk to sign up. And on Sunday at the Baldwin Hotel Museum, catch a special presentation highlighting the history of prominent women in the Klamath Basin at 1 and 3 p.m. for Women's History Month. The event is free. As always, for a full rundown of upcoming events, check out Thursday's Limelighters section. So until next week, for these stories and so much more, be sure to pick up your daily copy of the Herald News or visit us online at heraldnews.com.